Welcome to the Diva Deets, the ultimate podcast for women over 40 who are ready to take control of their health, ditch the diets, and lose weight for good. I'm your host and coach, Danya Powers. And today, I just want you to picture this. Have you ever gotten in your car, rolled the windows up just to scream, or grabbed a pillow to scream in it just to really let it out? Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever just snapped at someone over nothing and you think like, why did I do that? Like, who am I right now? What just happened? Or have you ever just felt like you're about to burst, like you just don't have the capacity to control your emotions, and you don't even really know why? You can't explain it. No one even knows really what's happening. If that's the case, you're not crazy. You're not broken, and you're not failing at being a mom. You're not failing at being a wife. You're not failing at being a boss. You're not failing at being a business owner or a friend. You literally are experiencing what I just have started calling the midlife rage. It just becomes part of who we are, and no one warned us about it. In fact, some of you were like, how did she know as she listened to this? Because hello, I have experienced the midlife rage and continue to deal with that. So I want to take you back to a moment. I had just finished a client call. The call went well. It was kind of a long call, so I was a little bit tired coming off of the call, but it went well. And then my husband asked me an innocent question. I can't even remember what it was. And I snapped. And I mean, just snapped, just tore his head off. And it wasn't because of the question. It was just a question. But it was because I believe I was sitting in the body of a person I don't recognize sometimes. And it just feels like an out-of-body experience. It feels like I'm running on fumes. And I just couldn't even name what was wrong. I felt like a stranger. And that was me going to the car to burst into tears, trying to figure out, what was wrong. And he's sitting on the other side like, what the hell? They just don't know how to deal with it. Neither did I. I mean, this isn't me. Where did I go? You know what I mean? So, within that, I wasn't sleeping. I was gaining weight. I was eating right and still gaining fat in all the places that I never used to gain, especially above the belly button. That wasn't anywhere that I had ever gained before. So that was new. That was fun. No, that was awful. But the worst part within this was that rage, that unexplained sudden anger that I just didn't have any control over. And that just kind of bubbles into your skin and it turns into tears in your shower. The kind that feels like you're screaming into the void, but no one sees you, no one hears you, and you're still working on trying to figure out, what just happened? What just happened to me? So here's the truth. The rage is actually biological. It's not just emotional, it's biological. So when estrogen drops, especially during perimenopause and menopause, it doesn't just affect fertility. It actually goes a lot deeper than that, and it messes with your neurotransmitters. And so I will see women get misdiagnosed with different things and have to go through neurological appointments. And really all it is that their estrogen has dipped. The brain's chemical message for mood, sleep, memory, and emotional regulation, it's fiddled with. It's messed up. Low estrogen equals lower serotonin. Low estrogen equals lower dopamine. And so what does that translate into? You lose your filter. You lose that natural buffer, and you honestly lose giving a shit about it being gone. You truly do. It just leaves. You have this cushion of, I've got this. It's gone. It's not there anymore, and it's not coming back. It's not going to come back. We're going to work through this today, but let's think about what else is happening in our lives. Layer on chronic stress, layer on under eating, layer on chronic dieting, layer on blood sugar crashes, and now you have this perfect storm. And now you are literally a biological ball of rage walking around waiting to explode on your husband for asking, have you seen my shoe? Or something crazy like that, right? Like, you have your own shoes, right? That's how it kind of went down, I'm pretty sure. So imagine every day you kind of start with a cup. When you're in your 20s, this cup, it has the capacity for a lot of BS. It really does. And you can pour your stress in. You can pour your, I don't know, whatever your really long hours at work. You can pour in relationships failing. You can pour in partying on the weekends, and you still have space. You still fit in there. When you are 45 or older, your cup is tiny. It's not as big anymore. It's already full of hormones. It's filled with aging parents, teenagers, for gosh sakes. They really take the cake sometimes. And then work stress. Let's not forget about the fact that you take care of other human beings that aren't even family, right? So when your husband chews too loud, oh, bless his heart. You know what I mean? Or someone cuts you off in traffic. Dear God, those poor people, if they only knew. Just that one tiny drop, and bam, your cup has overflowed. and you are taking it out in the world, beans are popping, all those things are happening. And so it's not about the gum chewing. We know that. We know that, he'll spit out the gum because he'll be like, what just happened? But it's about every single thing that you've literally been carrying in your little bitty cup and it's pouring out. And you've been carrying it most of the time in silence. So let's get really specific. Here's what it looks like for my clients and maybe for you. You are possibly crying after a Target run because it was just too much stimulation. I never used to be bothered by crowds. I'm massively bothered by crowds at this age. I have to be very careful. If we're going to be doing an event where there's a crowd, I do not do anything else that day because I am for sure trying to retain my energy. And I know my cup is going to overspill after that. And my husband will go, his phrase to me is, are you peopled out? He can tell. I literally just wilt like a little bitty flower. And then if he doesn't catch it, I'm snapping at him. And maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're snapping at your partner and just immediately feeling guilty. Like, what just happened? What if you're waking up mad for no reason? No reason at all. And then you need hours to regulate because you just woke up angry. Like, I don't know why I'm so upset today. It's your body out of whack. You've got this perfect storm happening in it. Sometimes I fantasize about running away just for peace. Just me? No, I didn't think so. What about feeling ashamed for not feeling more grateful? Like you have all these wonderful things happening in your life and you're just being the B word today. Like, what the hell? You're literally just not feeling like someone that should even be given things. And then you feel guilty for not being grateful. I should have been grateful. I wasn't grateful. You have all these weird levels of stress happening, but it's not just stress. It's literally a hormone fueled identity crisis happening inside of you. And so you're losing parts of who you are. Nobody told me this was coming. Did they tell you? Because I didn't know that this was going to happen. And I think the reason that no one talks about it is deeper than we really think about, because women, especially, men are told this too, but women are told to smile, grin and bear it, grin and bear it. How many times have you heard that? Grin and bear it, grin and bear it. You'll be all right. Everything will be all right. Be grateful, be strong, be patient, be kind, be a lady, be a lady. I don't know how many times I've been told to be a lady. I don't even know what that means. Like, do I cross my legs like a special way? Like, what happens? What is the part of being a lady that's so magical? We're not taught that rage is a normal possibility in our realm. In fact, it's taboo. It's not talked about because we're taught to shrink emotionally. We're taught to shrink physically to fit the people around us, to keep everyone happy. It is our job to keep the cogs and the machines and the oil, everything going. That's our job. That is our job. So we internalize it and then we think we're bad moms. And we internalize it and then we think we're bad wives. And then we internalize it and we think we're bad clients. We're bad people. But you're not bad. You're not. You're exhausted from holding it all together while your biology literally shifts like sand underneath your feet. That's what's happening to you. So the game changer within this is let's make a plan. What do we do about this? What do we do about this? You don't need to calm down. Oh my gosh, when a man tells me to calm down, Lord help him and everybody around him. We don't need to calm down. You really don't. You need to actually get curious because something's happening for a reason. Why don't you start tracking the patterns? Is it actually something kind of predictable? Like, is it around your cycle? Because that is something that we can possibly prevent. I mean, if you're not having one or you're in that perimenopause of, I might have one, it's been 53 days. Oh, look, I had one. Oh, it's been 72 days. Oh, look, I had one. So that could be something that you could possibly track. Like, that is probably why I felt so irrational. But is it poor sleep? Have you noticed that it happens after you skip a meal? Is there a way that you can track it? Is it trackable? If it is trackable, regardless of whether it's meal skipping, make food a priority. Food will drastically change your life. It will bring balance where there is none. And so if you are struggling with keeping your shit together, make sure you're focused on protein, you're focused on fiber, and you are not skipping your healthy fats like avocado, like coconut oil, like peanut butter, those sorts of things. You're not skipping those. You're making sure you're getting 30 grams of protein at every single meal. You're eating about 6 meals a day so that you're eating every 2 to 3 to 4 waking hours. You're not skipping so that we don't have these huge spikes happening. And you're eating carbs, but you're not eating carbs that are going to cause your blood sugar to crash. We know that if you eat a donut, you're going to feel bad later. Why? Because your blood sugar crashes. Does that mean the donut was bad? I mean, there's nothing really nutritionally valuable in it. There's a little bit of nutritional value in it, but not a whole lot of nutritional value in it. It doesn't make you a bad person that you ate the donut. But now, what can you do to combat that? So you ate a donut. Now you need to make sure that you get 30 grams of protein, even if you're super full from the donut, because it gets puffy and expands, right? The other thing is to lift weights. You are lifting weights. I have a um, tennis elbow injury right now, which you wouldn't think is a big deal, but it causes so much pain and inflammation here, no matter what I do, especially when I'm trying to sleep. And so I lift weights, not just for aesthetics, but I don't skip my weight loss because, or my weightlifting because I want the serotonin. You know, for me to be able to sit here in the middle of the day after a long week and be able to offer you anything, lifting weights is what gets me here. Not because, ooh, the muscles and all that stuff, because I lifted very light today. That's why I was pointing this out, because I had to lift very light because of this. But I still had a serotonin hit because I felt very accomplished when I got done with my workout. Strength training boosts your feel good chemicals. That's important to remember. And it builds the muscle back that you're losing with age. And are you losing it? Yes, ma'am, you are. So you're not the, weird person that's not losing it, in the random statistics of it all. You're losing muscle. That's why you have gained weight. The other thing is talk about it with your friends, but also your coach. I don't know everything, but I have experienced a lot of it. What I do is I'm good at my job. I'm very good at listening to people and helping them understand their situation. Sometimes people don't need you to fix everything. They just need to understand what's actually happening. And we don't know until we talk out loud. So sometimes you just need someone to hear what you're saying in a safe space where you don't have to explain or apologize. You know what I mean? And then just stop starving. Stop starving. I can't emphasize that enough. Your low calorie intake, your 1,200 calories, kick that to the curb. If you don't know how many calories, go to tdeecalculator.net and make sure that you put you're at least moderately active, because low calories equals high cortisol. High cortisol equals extreme rage, mood swings, and that is also going to add fat gain, that high cortisol spike. So we don't want any of those things. We don't want anything to do with that. And then reframe the rage. Let's say you had a rage moment. It's not a failure. Don't let yourself slip into a shame game. There's no need for that. Your body's begging you to listen. It's begging you. Are you going to hear it this time? It's begging you to shift, and it's begging you to support it differently. And so it's really important that you listen now, right now. One of my clients, let's call her Sarah, she told me, I didn't even realize it angry at the time until I started to lift. And so after 2 months of eating, lifting 3 times a week, and sleeping better, she said, I laughed with my husband and I meant it. I didn't feel like I was faking having to be okay. And when she said that, I just felt like how much I fake with my husband just to be okay. How much do you do that with the people that you love? It may not even be, your partner. It could be with your kids. How much are you faking it just to be okay? Just because you feel like everything has to have a certain temperature. So your behavior has to be a certain way. So you're not really being authentic to yourself. That's what this work does. That's what we do inside of empowered coaching. We don't just lose inches. We lose the weight of silence. We lose the weight of self-blame. We lose the weight of shame. We take all of that off of us so that we can function who we are supposed to be. You're evolving. We can't change that. We don't want to. We don't want to. I watched this really great reel. I may have saved it, of this man talking about his wife. So he was probably in his 50s, mid 50s, mid to late 50s, talking about his wife, and he was like, she is acting irrationally. She's going to yell at you when you don't expect it. She's going to cry randomly for no reason. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. He starts naming all these things. And he was like, but what's happening is that she is molding into a brand new person. And if you can hang in there to get on the other side of it, what's going to be rebirthed is a queen. And she will be priceless to you. So if you can hang in there through this while you walk through this weird surge of midlife rage and get past this point, just know that you're a chrysalis, that you're a queen on the other side of it, that you're going to be birthed into this beautiful new creature that has a new sense of values. And you know what? Just because our BS factor turns off, that's not a bad thing. If you have a capacity for BS when you're 20s, great, good for you. I don't anymore. And I'm going to make sure that you understand that when you're in my presence. I'm not mean, but I'm not going to sit there and listen to fluff. I hate small talk. I'll talk to you, but not for long, because I want to spend my energy helping people. I want to spend my energy getting into the nitty gritty, deep dive, help people move past where they are so that they have a future, because so many people feel really stuck and they don't even realize I'm just in a cocoon waiting to be reborn. And so if the right circumstances hit, you'll be there. Midlife isn't a meltdown. It's not. It's a message. It's it's not the body betraying you. It feels like it is, but it's not the body betraying you. It's begging for a new plan. It's begging for a new plan. You can be strong again. You can feel clear again. You can feel better. You can reconnect with who you are now, not just who you used to be, because we want to connect with that beautiful queen on the other side of this journey. And if you need help rebuilding that roadmap, that's what I do. Message me the word ready. Let's finally make weight loss at this age make sense again. You don't need another diet. You need a new approach. You really do. One that honors this version of you that you're becoming. And so if you can find me on Instagram at Danya Powers EC, on TikTok at Danya Powers EC. You can find me on Facebook at Danya Powers. You can find me on my website, www.empoweredcoaching.com, or you can find me on YouTube, Danya Powers with Empowered Coaching. And I would love to talk to you. It's me answering all of my DMs. I don't have a VA answering those things. So if you ever have any questions or you just need help, reach out, message the word ready, and I will have a talk with you, see what we can do to help you. Okay? Until next time, stay strong, stay consistent, and stay fabulous, my divas. Thanks for tuning into this latest episode of the Diva Deets. If this helped you and you found it valuable, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Ready for more support? Join my free Facebook community or join my coaching community. The details are in the show notes. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, stay strong, stay consistent, and stay fabulous, my divas.